And so welcome to Common Cues for Inspired Action, a feature identifying common questions in industry that people may have. And we'll unpack it and take a look at the many possible answers to sort of inspire you into an action that's suited to your needs. And so this week's common cue is in management. And that common cue is, how many clients can a practitioner actually see in one day? How many clients can a practitioner see in one day? This is another controversial topic and something that is really important to look at. And as a practitioner myself and also someone in management, I can give you 2 points of view. Now, as management, it's really important for us to be able to track our business. And the number one way that we track our business is we actually look at the number of rooms, the number of practitioners, and the number of hours in one day. So if we were to calculate how many hours of service a practitioner can perform in that one day, times the number of rooms, times the number of days in a month, we can sort of predict our future revenue based on a budgeted goal. And this is essentially how we look at business predictions and also look at areas that we may need to increase manpower, increase cost of service, train our staff to perhaps include add-ons to be able to increase revenue, because there are so many hours in one day and a limited number of rooms. It's not like a gym floor or a retail store where you can pack it in with as many people and the revenue potential can continue to increase. In a spa setting, if there are only 2 rooms and 2 practitioners and you're only open for 8 hours a day, you already have a maximum potential. And so in order for you to grow as a business and try to work towards an increased budget, how do you do that besides looking at increasing manpower? And so it's important for people in management or spa management to be able to look at the business or industry in this way. But as a practitioner, I have to say, and also someone who's managed multiple types of practitioners, from novices to experts to those with specialties to people trained in other states, whatever it may be, everyone has their own particular limits, and understandably so. Now, if we were to be realistic about this entire thing, in an 8-hour workday, you cannot expect a practitioner to perform 8 hours of sessions, not even 7, even if you give them an hour break, because they still need to stock up the room, change the linens, make some phone calls, follow up with clients. There are so many other aspects of this work that is required to build a sustainable practice and also to contribute to the business as a whole. So to expect your practitioner to perform a certain number of services per day is really something that needs to be determined in a conversation. And so if you really need to know how many treatments can a practitioner actually perform in one day, the best way to do so is to ask. Now, if I were to give you an example, there was a team of practitioners that I had managed, and there was this one particular gentleman that sort of needed a lot of time before and after each session. He was generally very nervous about working with people, and he also wasn't very new to the industry, but may not have been as experienced as some other people. And so I understand his trepidation, but I also believed in his skill sets. And so I didn't demand an increase in time from him. However, I did give him the time that he needed before and after. And I also checked in with him regularly in terms of what his challenges were and what the successful outcomes were, and also what he believes he did great or could be doing better, and just worked through conversation and finding ways to help him improve and feel more confident. In addition, that downtime where we had these conversations, I sort of used it to, help him stock up the room, or clean the waiting area, or refill the water pitcher, or slice some fruit. all of these things that actually contribute to the business as a whole, he was able to contribute to in his own way. He wasn't necessarily generating numbers at that time, but he was contributing to an environment that provided good service for the rest of our clients. And so I may have had an X number of other practitioners that were turning their patients or clients in and out. And I had this one gentleman that just needed some more time for himself that contributed to the entire business as a whole and helped all of us become so much more productive. Eventually in time, after he built up enough confidence and without me having to create such firm or strict demands on him, but also set some goals where I wanted to start to increase his productivity, and he met them. And so it really is about identifying each practitioner's needs and utilizing their strengths in a way that would support them and not make them feel defeated. Because in this work, it's really important to feel confident in what you do, because that translates into the quality of your work. There are more fluid aspects to this industry than there are hard guidelines. And so in order to be truly successful, one needs to be more fluid. And that's the truth. How many clients can a practitioner see in one day? Ask them.